All right, so for today, now the copy thing did not actually come out very well. It should say inscribed angles and tangent line properties. So I rewrote it right here, so it's also up here. So for inscribed, now the word inscribed, think about it. Where is it located at? Inside. Inscribed means it's going to be inside, right? It's scribed inside. If I scribe something, what do? You write it. Drawn. Any of that. All right, so this is going to be inscribed. So now my arc is going to be over here. So angle ABC, because I'm looking for this angle right in here. So if it's touching this side over here, it is half of my arc. Half of my arc. Okay? So now, the next thing has to do with inscribed angle intercepts diameter. What is a diameter?
It's the length across.
Across both sides, right? It's twice the radius. So my diameter's here. So this is the diameter. So across my diameter means that all this right here is half a circle. If a whole circle is 360, what is half a circle? 180, very good. It's going to be 180 because of that. And so when I do that, it's the same rule as this. So, but it's just referring to half a circle right here. Half, if I were to use the same formula here, half of 180 is going to give me what? 90. So that this angle over here at A is going to be 90. Now, this one over here is kind of a pain. So, but it is what it is. So, if two inscribed angles intercept the same arc, then the angles are congruent. So, I'm going to show you my two. So, it's going to be ABD, A to B to D, like that. What is the arc that goes with that angle? AD, right? The arc. The arc that goes. Remember, it's the endpoints for that one. It's the endpoints. I had a highlighter here just for this, and I put it in the drawer. So, this is the arc to go along with that angle. Now, let's look at the other one. ACD. A to C to D. Now, the arc that goes with that angle is also AD, isn't it? Yeah. So if they have the same arc, then the angles are congruent. Hopefully? Yes? Okay. Huh? Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at this one right here. What is my arc on this first example? Did someone say 62? Did someone say WY? 62. Very good. I'm hoping people say something. This is my arc. That's the arc. So my formula goes along with this. So it's going to be angle WXY is equal to 1/2 my arc of 62, right? Do the math, and what is my angle going to be? 31. What do I have to add with that? Say degrees. All my angles are measured in degrees here. Question? These ones are all like this because they're always touching the end over here. They're always touching the inside edge. All right, so right here, from P to R goes through the center. If it goes through the center, that is my what? Diameter. There's my diameter. So if that's the diameter, This side of the circle over here is 180. Very good. That's 180. So that goes along with this. So therefore my angle Q over here has to be how much? 90. So there's really not much work to actually do from that. All right, now let's take a look at this one. Angle SRU. So S to R to U. What is my arc for that one? It's SU. It's 139, right? So it would be angle SRU is equal to 1/2 139. So what do we get there? Because I know you guys are calculating this right now. 69.5 degrees. Very good. Now, STU. S to T to U. It has the same arc, doesn't it? Do I need to do the math? They are congruent. So this is 69.5 degrees. Easy enough? Okay, so let's keep going. So now for this next one, sorry, trying to make some room on my desk, it's kind of a mess. Tangent line intersects a circle at exactly one point, called a point of tangency. A tangent line to a circle if and only if it is perpendicular to the radius drawn at the point of tangency. So what it means is, if AB is my tangent line, A is a point of tangency, and there is going to be a right angle there. The same thing goes for this one right here. So, if I have right angles like this, I know that AB is going to be congruent to CB. It always works out like this, every single time. Now, if I have like this, with my circle inscribed here, then I have points of tangency here, here, and here. So if I have this being a point of tangency, because it's only touching at that one point, what do I know about these two pieces over here? They are congruent. So I'm going to mark congruent. What do I know about these two over here? They're congruent, but they're only congruent to each other. So, am I going to put one tick mark? Two. Let's do 2 tick marks here. What about these two? They are also congruent, so I'm going to put my 3 tick marks here. Because they're congruent to each other, but not any of the other ones. Alright, so, for angle 1, it also has a point of tangency here, but it's the same rules are going to apply on this one. So my arc for this one is going to be right here. So for angle 1, it's going to be referring to AB, which is this right here. So it's the formula that what we had earlier. So it's only touching at that one point. So it's going to be 1/2 of my arc. The same thing works on the other side of it for angle 2. My arc, my major arc on this side, at my point of tangency there. So this is going to be 1/2 of my major arc on this side. Now, I'm going to go through and apply this just using the same stuff that we have. Now, what is this angle right here? If this is a tangent line, what is that angle? What is this one? Say it. 90. Very good. If that is a 90-degree angle right there, what does that turn that whole thing into? Say a right triangle.
Right triangle.
Very good. Now, if I'm trying to find a side of a right triangle, what do I use? Pythagorean theorem. Very good. Now, in the Pythagorean theorem, this side over here is my hypotenuse. Very good. So that's always the C value, right? So that's going to be the C value. So let's set this up. So it would be 9 squared plus 14 squared equals x squared. So this is like 81 plus 196 equals x squared. What do I get when I add that together? What is it?
277.
277 equals x squared. And how do you undo a square? Square root. So it's going to be x equals the square root of 277. And then if it's asking for an exact, it would be this. Or, so that would be 277. Or x is approximately, remember putting in a calculator around it?
16.64.
What is it?
16.64.
16.64. So let's say 16.6. And that's going to be whatever my units are, right? Yes? Okay. So now let's take a look at the next question. I had some scratch paper. Oh, there it is. All right. So now for this next one here. Oh, too far. Right here. These two have points of tangency right here and right here. So what do I know about these two legs right there? They are congruent. Very good. So I'm going to put a congruent mark right there and right there. So what do I know about those two values?
They're going to
Equal each other. Very good. So I'm going to write that it's going to be 8x minus 19 equals 5x plus 23. You guys could use the underside of your notes with a line paper on this if you need it. So let's start by, I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. So I should get 3x minus 19 is 23 plus 19.
Can you slow down?
Oh, sorry.
Alright.
Okay. All right, so now let's bring it down. 3x equals, what do we get on this side? 42. Divide both sides by 3. X is what? 14. So right here it's asking for an x. So my x is 14. But what if they ask me for AB? What would I do?
You would have to solve for x.
I did that.
Plug it in.
Then plug it in. I would have to plug it back in, wouldn't I? Yeah. Okay, so yeah. So if it does ask for AB, you would plug that back in. Now, let's go through and look at this one. So this is just like my second set of notes, or the second example up here. So can someone tell me what DH is?
11.
Why is it 11?
Because those sides are equal.
Those two sides are congruent, aren't they? Okay. What is EI?
EI? 16.
16. Very good, because these two are congruent. And GF?
9.5.
9.5, because these two are congruent. Now, it's asking for perimeter. What does perimeter do?
The outside, you add them on together.
add them all together. So please do that for me now, please. Add them together. So it's 11 plus 11 plus 16 plus 16 plus 9.5 plus 9.5, right?
73.
Am I off the screen there? And what'd you say?
73.
73? Okay. And since I don't have any units there, so it's going to be 73 U. Make sense? Okay, very good. So, the practice is exactly the same. So the practice is exactly the same, a lot of the same type of things. If I were you, I'd actually take this and grab a colored pencil when you're doing this and identify the arcs that it's talking about. Excuse me back there. Identify the arcs that you're talking about for each one of these, okay? All right.